NFL combine invites out. Nebraska gets 3. No real surprise. Trey Palmer in the combine. I would say Travis Vokalek, not a surprise either in the combine from just the amount of scout attention he received in the last year. But you have O'Shawn Mathis in the combine, and I'm not surprised. I'll get your opinion on that. But just based on the Senior Bowl praise and things that he was getting during the year. But the one real snub, Garrett Nelson, not in the combine. Caleb Tanner, not in the combine either. But I think the Garrett Nelson snub of the combine does get your attention because this is a guy that could have come back for not a 6th year, but it would have been a 5th year at Nebraska.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd even call it a snub. I don't think, you know what? I don't know if Garrett Nelson would call it a snub. I talked to Garrett in December. Was it December, early January? And he wasn't counting on an invite. He wanted an invite. He was hoping he'd get an invite, but it was not. He didn't regard it as a slam dunk. Now, he was a second-team All-Big Ten player. He's probably right on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have the measurables like that some guys might have. Like O'Shawn's got measurables. Yeah. O'Shawn's long arms, linear, has that look. Garrett doesn't really. Hey, and listen, guys, a lot of the combine invites, a lot of it is measurables. Not all of it, but a lot of it is measurables. His production, 5.5 sacks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's more than O'Shawn. O'Shawn had 3.5 sacks. Garrett had a lot more tackles, 55 tackles. O'Shawn wasn't nearly that productive. But again, O'Shawn had measurables, and Trey Palmer was a no-brainer with what, 71 catches for 1,049 yards. No-brainer.
Yeah. And Vokalek's a no-brainer as a premium position.
Ooh, no-brainer. Are you putting no-brainer on Vokalek, Rob?
Just with his frame.
Really?
I mean, he's got that prototype NFL body. I mean, his wingspan is enormous. He's huge.
Measurables.
And he actually had some production. I mean,
20 catches.
Finally caught his first touchdown as a Husker last year. And so, I mean, like, there was at least something there where you could see what he could bring on the field, whereas before he was always backing up Austin Allen or he was hurt. So, not a surprise at all with any of those 3 that got invites. The biggest surprise for me about Nelson was just not only that he didn't get an invite, but that he didn't get an invite after what he did in the All-Star game, where he was getting all that praise.
Yeah.
They were talking about him as, one of the more impressive players during those practices with his energy and all that sort of stuff. So maybe like he's the type of guy that isn't going to, even if he's not going to get that chance in the combine, I don't think that's like slams the door on his NFL potential. He's the guy that's going to get individual meetings and workouts, and with his personality and just talking with him, he's going to impress some people. And so you pair the way that he got better last year and then obviously this past season with just how impressive he is as a person and as a leader, I think he's going to at least have a chance to be a back-end guy.
And remember this, Divino Zigbo, Stanley Morgan, Luke Gifford, Jack Stahl, they did not get combine invites.
Good point, Sean.
They're on all active rosters right now. Now, Matt Farniak was a combine invite, I believe.
With JoJo?
JoJo did get a combine invite.
Okay.
He did, but he was not drafted, which really surprised folks because of how well he played in the Senior Bowl. I think what actually hurt JoJo was he couldn't really play in the box very well, and people didn't know for sure if he could play in space, but he's proven to be an outstanding special teams player. He scored a touchdown on special teams this year.
And he was active all year. He was on the Colts active roster all year. I wonder, the last thing I'd say, I wonder about Vokalek if anybody would ask him to try tackle, just at least try it.
Oh, it would. No.
Why? Why, Sean?
A lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight. He's already pretty grown man at this point. I mean, I don't know if you see tight end. Maybe.
Well, you could put 20 pounds on him. I mean, that and then he's a tackle.
But
athletic.
I'm just going solely off Pro Football Focus, and I know some people have their opinions on that, but he never had like elite block numbers on Pro Football Focus that would lead you to believe.
Now hold on. They said there was guys that said over there he was the best blocker on the team. Best blocker on the team.
Maybe best edge blocker.
Yeah. Well, that's what you do at tackle.
Right.
But he's never stayed in pass pro.
He's listed as 260. You think you're going to have a 280-pound tackle in the NFL?
Put 30 pounds on.
30 pounds on a 24, 25-year-old guy?
35.
That's already at the peak of his development.
I'm just saying.
Peak.
I think that there's enough to work with there. People are going to like him at tight end.
Okay.
If Jack Stoll can get significant playing time, Travis Vokalek can get significant playing time.
And Caleb Tanner, no combine invite, but he'll get a great look at pro day. That's not a surprise. I mean, Caleb Tanner.
Oh, God, I could see him making it, Caleb. I could.
Can he cover kicks and punts though?
Yeah,
Because that's the key. You look at the NFL, like
I couldn't-
Alonzo, the receiver, Alonzo Moore, and then Brandon Riley. They both made the NFL because they could run and cover kicks and punts. Jordan Westerkamp, who you would think had the better college career and was going to be he never made the pros because he was not built to play specials.
You know who's built to play specials? Caleb Tanner. Why wouldn't he
How
be
much
able to?
experience does he have doing it though?
Well, I don't know, but I bet he'll do it if they asked him to do it for $1 million a year.
He better, because that's his way.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to get just being a defender. Like, he's got to be able to do everything if he's going to make a roster spot.
He never missed a game in Nebraska. He'll do what's asked of him. I mean,
Trey Palmer, though, he'll test so well at the combine.
Oh man, he's going to kill the 40.
Like, he will run one of the fastest combine 40s. And my prediction is at the pro day, he'll just kind of run some routes. Like, he's not going to probably have to do much at pro day. A lot of these guys, that's been the trend.
Yeah.
Generally the combine is all you need, because let's face it, pro day times are always better than the combine times. The combine's what matters because you're in the same place with all the guys on the same timing method on the same surface, where pro days can vary. In fact, Nebraska had, at least they had it before, run their own official watch. Every scout runs their own watch. And then we'd go to Kenny Wilhite and get kind of the consensus time based on all the scout times. Like, there was never like a true time Nebraska would share from those pro days.
I'll tell you what, there's a little pressure on him to run fast. I mean,
that's his thing.
4.3s for sure, but
that's his thing.
Could he hit high 4.2s? That's what I'm intrigued. I think he will for sure run 4.3s. Like, if he doesn't run 4.3s, I will be shocked.
Well, like I say, there's a little heat on him. That's his forte. That's his
He's
thing.
a national level sprinter type guy. Like,
Yeah.
this is no new thing for him.
Louisiana State champion.
Yeah, he'll whip off.
He's going to
quick.
thrive in that
Yeah.
environment.